In a world where the pursuit of knowledge has always been considered the highest virtue, there exist books whose destinies unfold in extraordinary ways. Their messages, seemingly simple and accessible, at times evoke an inexplicable resistance, as if their very existence threatens established orders. One such book is The Master Key System by Charles Haanel, a work created at the dawn of the 20th century. It promised its readers not merely success but a profound understanding of the laws governing reality. And perhaps it was precisely the power of its message that became the reason for its extraordinary history. In 1933, amidst the Great Depression, when millions desperately sought answers and paths to survival, the book promising keys to prosperity was suddenly withdrawn from circulation. Its print runs mysteriously vanished from shelves as if some influential force sought to conceal its message from the general public. This was not a ban in the classical sense, but rather a coordinated, almost invisible pressure that rendered the book difficult to access for many decades. However, as is often the case with true knowledge, it cannot be destroyed. The Master Key System not merely survived in the shadows, it became a cult text, passed from hand to hand, inspiring generations of thinkers, entrepreneurs, and spiritual seekers. From Napoleon Hill and Earl Nightingale to Oprah Winfrey, its influence proved so profound that even more than a century after its initial publication, its principles continue to shape the modern understanding of success and personal power. Charles Francis Haanel was no armchair theorist. He was the embodiment of the American dream. A man who with his own hands built a financial empire before sharing his discoveries with the world. His story began in 1866 in St. Louis, Missouri, an era of rapid industrial growth and boundless opportunities. The young Haanel, like many of his contemporaries, was captivated by the spirit of entrepreneurship. He did not receive a traditional university education, yet he possessed a keen intellect, incredible perspicacity, and an insatiable thirst for knowledge. These qualities allowed him to rapidly ascend the career ladder, first as a clerk and then as the proprietor of his own business. By the dawn of the 20th century, Haanel was already a recognized magnate. He founded and presided over several major corporations, including the Continental Commercial Company, one of the most influential firms in St. Louis, specializing in real estate, mining, and commerce. His business empire extended far beyond his hometown, encompassing vast territories and yielding him a substantial fortune. Haanel was living proof that the principles he would later expound in his book truly worked. He did not merely believe in the power of thought, he lived by it, applying it in practice to achieve his grand objectives. However, despite his immense business success, Haanel felt a compelling need to share his knowledge. He understood that true wealth lay not solely in material assets, but in the ability to govern one's mind, to shape reality, and to unleash inner potential. In 1912, at the age of 46, he began publishing the Master Key System as a 24-week mail-order course. This was an innovative approach for its time, enabling individuals from across the nation to study its principles without leaving their homes. Initially, his audience consisted primarily of industrialists, entrepreneurs, and ambitious individuals striving for success in business and personal life. They perceived Haanel not merely as a successful man, but as a wise mentor capable of elucidating the hidden mechanisms of goal attainment. Haanel's course rapidly gained popularity, attracting thousands of students, many of whom subsequently became leaders in their respective fields. He imparted to them not merely instructions, but a profound comprehension of how the human mind operates and how it can be utilized to create a desired reality. The Master Key System became the foundation for an entire movement of thought that subsequently transformed into modern self-help and success literature. Today we turn to the 12th lesson of the Master Key System, a lesson dedicated to the power of concentration. Charles Haanel asserted, "The distinction between an ordinary man and a genius lies not in their innate abilities, but in their capacity to hold attention upon a single thought." This profound assertion overturns the traditional conception of talent, shifting the emphasis from gift to discipline. A genius, according to Haanel, is not one born with exceptional abilities, but one who has learned to direct their mind with unprecedented precision and persistence. Concentration, Haanel taught, is akin to a muscle. It is not a static state, but a dynamic faculty that can and must be developed. The more frequently and purposefully you employ it, the stronger it becomes. This is not merely a metaphor. It is a practical guide to action. Just as an athlete trains their body to achieve physical perfection, an individual can train their mind to attain mental mastery. And in this mastery, in Haanel's estimation, lies the key to all accomplishments. In the 12th lesson, Haanel offers us one of his most profound and perhaps most potent assertions. A thought imbued with love becomes invincible. This is not merely an eloquent phrase, it is a fundamental principle that transcends simple concentration. It points to the quality of thought, to the emotional charge that imbues it with power. Love here is not a sentimental emotion, but a potent creative energy that imparts wholeness, purity of intention, and unwavering faith to thought. When thought is saturated with this energy, it acquires the capacity to overcome obstacles, transform reality, and manifest in the physical world. This is the quality of thought that distinguishes a mere wish from an unyielding intention capable of altering destiny. The principal exercise proposed by Haanel in this lesson lies in realizing one's unity with omnipotence. This is not an appeal to religious dogmatism, but to a profound philosophical understanding of our connection to the universal mind. Haanel asserts that the capacity to think is not merely a function of the brain, but also the ability to act upon the universal mind. He views the human mind as part of a greater whole, as a channel through which the universal mind can manifest and operate. When we realize this unity, we cease to feel isolated and limited. We begin to comprehend that we possess access to an inexhaustible source of wisdom, power, and creative energy. This realization lends a new dimension to our concentration, imbuing it with meaning and purpose that transcend personal ambitions. This idea of the mind's unity with a higher power is not a novel one. Its roots extend into profound antiquity, finding reflection in various philosophical and spiritual traditions. Ancient sages such as Hermes Trismegistus, in their Hermetic texts, spoke of the principle of mentalism, asserting that all is mind, the universe is mental. This signifies that all reality emanates from the one mind, and our own mind is a part thereof. Patanjali, the great Indian sage who lived more than 2,000 years ago, expounded in his Yoga Sutras an 8-limbed path to self-realization known as Ashtanga Yoga. The 6th limb of this path is called Dharana, which translates as concentration. Dharana is the capacity to hold attention upon a single point, be it an object, a sound, an idea, or a part of the body. The purpose of Dharana is not merely to enhance focus, but to prepare the mind for meditation, dhyana, and ultimately for a state of complete absorption with the object of meditation, samadhi. Patanjali understood that without the capacity for sustained concentration, it is impossible to attain a profound understanding of oneself and the universe. He described Dharana as the foundation for all higher states of consciousness, emphasizing its critical role in spiritual and mental development. Parallels to Haanel's ideas can also be found in the philosophy of the Stoics, who flourished in ancient Greece and Rome. The Stoics developed the concept of prosoche, meaning constant attention or vigilance. This was not merely concentration on a task, but continuous attention to one's thoughts, judgments, and actions, with the aim of living in harmony with reason and virtue. The Stoics believed that most human suffering stems from inattention, from allowing external events and internal impulses to influence us uncontrollably. By practicing prosoche, one learned to control one's inner world, choosing one's reactions and shaping one's character. It was a form of mental discipline aimed at achieving ataraxia, a state of imperturbability and inner tranquility. Another striking example of profound concentration rooted in antiquity is found in the Jesuit spiritual exercises developed by Ignatius of Loyola in the 16th century. These exercises constituted an intense multi-day retreat during which an individual immersed themselves in deep meditation and contemplation. One of the key practices involved spending entire weeks concentrating on a single scene from the Gospels. The participant in the exercises was to not merely read the text, but to employ their imagination to fully immerse themselves in the scene, to experience it with all their senses, to become a part of it, to interact with the characters. This deep, multi-dimensional concentration was aimed at achieving spiritual insight and personal transformation, demonstrating how prolonged and focused attention on a single idea can alter an individual's consciousness. History also recalls tragic examples of such absolute concentration. Archimedes, the great ancient Greek mathematician, physicist, and engineer who lived in Syracuse in the 3rd century BC, was renowned for his extraordinary capacity for focus. According to legend, when the Romans captured Syracuse, Archimedes was so engrossed in solving a geometric problem, drawing figures in the sand, that he failed to notice the approaching Roman soldier. When the soldier commanded him to follow, Archimedes refused, stating, "Do not disturb my circles." As a result, he was killed. This story, perhaps embellished, nonetheless vividly illustrates the phenomenal depth of concentration that can completely detach an individual from the external world. Modern science, decades after Haanel, began to corroborate his intuitive insights. In 1990, Csikszentmihalyi, a distinguished psychologist from the University of Chicago, published his seminal book, Flow, Tokens: The Psychology of Optimal Experience. After 30 years of research, he concluded that the state of flow is a peak state of consciousness that arises only with complete concentration on the task at hand. In this state, an individual becomes so absorbed in an activity that they lose all sense of time, space, and even themselves. It is in the state of flow that maximum productivity is achieved and, no less importantly, a profound sense of happiness and satisfaction. Csikszentmihalyi demonstrated that these moments of intense concentration are the key to a fulfilling life, confirming Haanel's words that focus is not merely a tool, but a path to well-being. The ideas regarding the importance of concentration found their continuation in the works of modern thinkers. Cal Newport, a professor of computer science at Georgetown University, in his book Deep Work: Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World, published in 2016, asserts that the modern economy will inevitably divide into those who can concentrate deeply and all others. In a world overflowing with distractions, the capacity for deep work, that is, professional activity performed in a state of complete concentration without distraction, which pushes your cognitive abilities to their limit, becomes a rare and exceedingly valuable skill. Newport demonstrates that it is deep work that enables the creation of novelties, the mastery of complex skills, and the achievement of outstanding results, whereas superficial work, interrupted by constant distractions, leads only to mediocrity. Daniel Goleman, the renowned psychologist and author of the bestseller Emotional Intelligence, in his book Focus, Tokens, Naaman, The Hidden Driver of Excellence, released in 2013, emphasizes that the capacity for concentration is one of the key factors for success in the modern world. He cites examples of billionaires and successful leaders who do not by chance spend meditative hours each morning. This is not merely a fleeting trend, but a conscious practice for training attention. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in history, dedicates up to 5 hours daily to reading in silence, fully immersing himself in the material under study. This habit, which he has maintained for decades, stands as vivid testament to the power of focused attention and its direct influence on strategic decision-making and the attainment of extraordinary results. All these examples, from ancient sages to modern billionaires, corroborate the central idea of Charles Haanel's 12th lesson. Concentration is not merely a desirable quality, but a fundamental force that shapes our reality. It is a capacity that can be developed, and its cultivation unlocks the doors to limitless potential. This capacity, which Haanel terms concentration, is not merely a desirable quality, but a fundamental force that shapes our reality. This is not a metaphor, but a physiological and psychological truth that modern science is beginning to corroborate with astonishing precision. In recent decades, research in neurobiology, epigenetics, and psychoneuroimmunology has unveiled the mechanisms by which our thoughts and our attention literally rewire our brains, influence our genes, and shape our physical health. Scientists long adhered to the dogma that the adult brain is a fixed structure, its development concluding in childhood, and any damage or loss of function irreversible. However, revolutionary discoveries in the late 20th and early 21st centuries have entirely refuted this notion. Norman Doidge, a Canadian psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, in his groundbreaking book The Brain That Changes Itself, published in 2007, introduced the world to the concept of neuroplasticity, the astonishing capacity of the brain to reorganize itself, forming new neural connections throughout life. This signifies that our brain is not static, but constantly changes in response to our experiences, our thoughts, and, most importantly, to where we direct our attention. One of the most striking confirmations of neuroplasticity came from research conducted by Eleanor Maguire and her colleagues at University College London in 2001. They studied the brains of London taxi drivers. To become a taxi driver in London, one must pass an incredibly difficult examination, known as the Knowledge, which requires memorizing 25,000 streets, countless landmarks, and the shortest routes within 10 kilometers of Charing Cross. This learning process typically takes between 2 and 4 years of intense mental effort. Maguire's research revealed that the posterior hippocampus, a brain region critically important for spatial memory and navigation, was significantly larger in London taxi drivers than in a control group, including bus drivers who operate on fixed routes. Furthermore, the size of this region correlated with the number of years spent driving a taxi. This is direct evidence that purposeful, intense concentration on a specific type of information and skill literally alters the physical structure of the brain, rendering it more efficient for performing these tasks. Just as regular physical exercise builds muscles, regular concentration on a single thought or idea thickens the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for attention, planning, and decision-making. This is not merely a metaphor. It is a biological fact, substantiated by neurobiology. But the influence of our thoughts extends even deeper, to the very genetic code. Epigenetics, a relatively new science studying how external factors and our experiences can alter gene activity without changing the DNA sequence itself. Bruce Lipton, a cell biologist and author of The Biology of Belief, was among the first to demonstrate that cells respond not only to chemical signals, but also to our perception of the environment, to our thoughts and emotions. He asserted that our mind, our beliefs, are potent factors capable of switching genes on or off. A striking experiment conducted by Drs. Brian Dias and Carrie Ressler in 2014 at Emory University demonstrated the heritability of acquired fears through epigenetic mechanisms. Researchers trained mice to fear the scent of cherry blossoms, acetophenone, by simultaneously exposing them to mild electric shocks. As a result, the mice developed a panic-stricken fear of this scent. The most astonishing development occurred next. The offspring of these mice, never having been subjected to electric shocks or exposed to the scent, exhibited the same fear response to acetophenone, and even the grandchildren of these mice displayed a similar inherited fear. Analysis revealed that changes occurred in the DNA of the father mice's sperm, affecting genes responsible for olfaction and stress response. This experiment became compelling proof that traumatic experiences, and thus intense focused emotional states, can leave epigenetic marks that are passed down through inheritance, influencing the predispositions of future generations. If fear, induced by a focused negative association, can be inherited, then what can be said of a thought imbued with love and focused on creation? Haanel asserted, "A thought imbued with love becomes invincible." Perhaps this is not merely a poetic metaphor, but a profound understanding of the epigenetic potential of our strongest, most focused intentions, capable of influencing not only our own biology but also the legacy we bequeath. The connection between mind and body is even more distinctly manifest in the field of psychoneuroimmunology, PNI, the science studying the interaction between psychological processes, the nervous system, and the immune system. Dr. Candace Pert, a neuroscientist and pharmacologist, in her book Molecules of Emotion, published in 1997, presented the revolutionary idea that emotions are not merely abstract feelings, but chemical messengers, or neuropeptides, that circulate throughout the entire body. She discovered that receptors for these neuropeptides are found not only in the brain, but also on the surface of immune cells, digestive system cells, endocrine glands, in fact on all cells of the organism. This signifies that our body thinks and feels at a cellular level, and our emotions, triggered by our thoughts, directly influence every system of the body. Research by Drs. Janice Glazer and Ronald K. Colt Glazer from Ohio State University has for decades demonstrated the direct impact of stress on the immune system. In one of their classic experiments, they studied medical students during examination periods and during vacations. They found that during periods of examination stress, the activity of natural killer cells, immune system cells responsible for destroying cancerous and virus-infected cells, significantly decreased in students. Furthermore, wound healing was delayed and antibody production was reduced. These studies compellingly demonstrate that prolonged, focused anxiety and stress, essentially negative concentration on potential threats, suppress the immune system, rendering us more vulnerable to illnesses. Conversely, it can be posited that focused positive thoughts, states of tranquility and confidence, cultivated through conscious concentration, can fortify our immune defenses. Perhaps the most ancient and most evident manifestation of the power of the focused mind is the placebo effect. This phenomenon, wherein a patient improves after receiving an inactive substance that they believe to be genuine medicine. Dr. Henry K. Beecher, an anesthesiologist from Harvard Medical School, in his landmark 1955 study, analyzed numerous clinical trials and found that the placebo effect was observed in 30 and sometimes up to 60% of cases across various ailments, from pain to depression. This is not merely imagination. These are real physiological changes, such as the release of endorphins, the activation of specific brain regions, alterations in blood pressure and heart rate. The placebo effect is vivid testimony that focused belief, the expectation of healing, is a potent force capable of mobilizing the body's intrinsic resources for self-restoration. It is a pure demonstration of the mind's capacity to act upon matter, which is a central idea of Haanel's 12th lesson. Your capacity to think is your capacity to act upon the universal mind, and this capacity, amplified by concentration and faith, can alter your inner and outer reality. These scientific discoveries, neuroplasticity, epigenetics, psychoneuroimmunology, and the placebo effect, serve as a modern validation of ancient wisdoms that for millennia pointed to the central role of mind and concentration. From the Hermetic texts of ancient Egypt to the teachings of the Buddha, from the Yogic Sutras to Stoic philosophy, all, by various paths, arrived at a single conclusion: the governance of attention is the key to the governance of reality. In the Hermetic tradition, tracing back to the legendary figure of Hermes Trismegistus, as expounded in texts such as the Poimandres, it is asserted that the universe is a manifestation of the one mind. The human mind is regarded as a spark of this divine mind, capable of comprehending and influencing divine creation. The teaching of Hermes states, "As above, so below," implying that the macrocosm and microcosm are interconnected, and the principles governing one are applicable to the other. Concentration, in this context, becomes a means of attuning the human mind to the universal mind, enabling the individual to participate in the act of creation, understanding that their thoughts are not merely internal processes, but potential forces shaping reality. Profound focus upon a particular idea or principle allows an individual to resonate with universal laws and direct their energy. Buddha Shakyamuni, the founder of Buddhism, commenced his Dhammapada, one of the most renowned and revered texts of the Pali Canon, with a profound assertion concerning the nature of the mind. The first verse of the first chapter states, "All phenomena are preceded by the mind. The mind is their leader. The mind is their creator. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows them, as the wheel follows the hoof of the draught ox. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows them, like a shadow that never departs." This is an unambiguous declaration that the mind is the architect of our reality, the source of both suffering and happiness. In Buddhism, Right concentration, samadhi, is the eighth limb of the Noble Eightfold Path, recognized as a crucial instrument for attaining enlightenment. It involves developing the capacity to hold attention on a single object, be it the breath, a mantra, or a visual image, in order to calm the mind and cultivate profound insight. The Hindu text Yoga Vasistha, one of the most extensive and philosophically profound scriptures of Hinduism, likewise asserts that the world is a projection of the mind. It states, Mana eva jagat, the mind is the world. According to this text, there is no external reality separate from consciousness. The entire perceived universe is merely a manifestation of mental constructs. Liberation is attained through control over the mind, through cessation of its constant wandering and focusing on the true nature of being. The practice of *ekagrita*, or one-pointed concentration, is central to yogic philosophy and aims to quiet the mind and dissolve the illusions of duality, allowing the individual to realize their unity with universal consciousness. In the mystical tradition of Kabbalah, an ancient system of Jewish esoteric thought, the concept of Ein Sof, the limitless, the incomprehensible, infinite aspect of God that precedes all creation, holds a central place. Kabbalistic meditations, *hitbonet*, are profound practices of concentration aimed at transcending limited perception and connecting with this boundless reality. Through focus on sacred names, letters, and the Sephiroth *, the 10 divine emanations, the Kabbalist seeks to elevate their consciousness to apprehend the unity underlying all existence and to understand how the divine manifests in the world. This is an intense mental endeavor, requiring disciplined concentration to overcome the barriers of mundane consciousness. The ancient Greek and Roman Stoics, such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, also emphasized the importance of constant attention, which they termed *prosoche*. This was not merely fleeting concentration, but a continuous, vigilant awareness of one's thoughts, judgments, and reactions to the surrounding world. The Stoics taught that one must constantly monitor what is within one's power, one's thoughts, opinions, desires, and what is not, external events. *prosoche* was a key instrument for maintaining inner tranquility, *ataraxia*, and achieving virtue, preventing the mind from wandering into useless anxieties or distractions. It was a form of applied concentration, integrated into daily life for the shaping of character and wisdom. In Zen Buddhism, brought to China by the Indian monk Bodhidharma in the 5th century AD, the practice of *zazen*, seated meditation, forms the foundation. This is a form of intense, unwavering concentration, often on the breath or on a *koan*, a paradoxical riddle, the aim of which is to achieve *satori*, sudden enlightenment or a profound understanding of the true nature of reality. Zen emphasizes that enlightenment is not something external to be acquired, but rather the uncovering of what already exists by eliminating mental obstructions through focused attention. Bodhidharma is said to have meditated before a wall for 9 years, demonstrating an extreme level of concentration and resolve. Even in the Christian tradition, we find parallels in the spiritual exercises of Ignatius of Loyola, founder of the Jesuit order in the 16th century. These exercises constitute a structured program of prayer and meditation, often lasting weeks, during which participants are invited to deeply immerse themselves in specific gospel scenes. Ignatius taught his followers to employ all their senses and imagination to visualize every detail, to experience the emotions of the characters, to ask questions, and to ponder the spiritual significance. This stands as an example of extraordinarily focused, intense concentration on a single idea or image, intended for the profound transformation of the soul and the strengthening of spiritual connection. All these ancient traditions, arising in diverse cultures and at different times, converge on one point. Concentration is not merely a mental faculty, but a sacred instrument capable of unveiling the deepest truths and transforming human experience. They offer practical methods for cultivating this power, methods that resonate with modern scientific discoveries and with the teachings of Charles Haanel. The power of concentration, so meticulously described by Haanel and corroborated by ancient sages in modern science, is not merely an abstract concept, but a potent instrument that has shaped the lives of great individuals, enabling them to achieve extraordinary results. Their stories serve as vivid examples of how purposeful attention can transform personal destiny and influence the world. One such individual was Earl Nightingale, an American motivational speaker and author, whose life was profoundly altered by Charles Haanel's The Master Key System. Nightingale, having grown up in poverty during the Great Depression, at 29 years of age, chanced upon Haanel's book and was struck by its ideas concerning the power of thought and concentration. He began to apply these principles in his life, and his career surged dramatically. In 1956, Nightingale recorded a short spoken word presentation titled The Strangest Secret. Initially, this was created for his employees to inspire them to achieve superior results. Nightingale's core idea, directly borrowed from Haanel, was that we become what we think about most of the time. He asserted that if an individual focuses on a worthy goal, they will inevitably attain it. This recording became the first spoken word album in history to sell over 1 million copies, earning him a gold record and initiating an entire industry of personal development. Nightingale's success was not merely a result of his ideas, but a direct consequence of his own focused belief in these principles and his concentrated efforts to disseminate them. He himself was living proof that purposeful concentration on a desired outcome leads to its materialization. Another colossal figure whose work was imbued with the principles of concentration and purposeful thinking was Napoleon Hill. At the dawn of the 20th century, as a young journalist, Hill received an unprecedented offer from steel magnate Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest men of his era. Carnegie commissioned him for a 20-year project to interview 500 of America's most successful individuals to uncover a universal philosophy of success. This was a colossal undertaking, demanding incredible discipline, persistence, and of course, deep, sustained concentration. The result of this 20-year investigation was Hill's celebrated book, Think and Grow Rich, published in 1937. Within it, Hill articulated 13 principles of success, many of which are directly connected to concentration, definiteness of purpose, autosuggestion, organized planning, and persistence. Hill openly acknowledged the influence of Haanel's The Master Key System on his ideas. Hill's concept of a definite chief aim is a direct development of Haanel's idea of focused intention. His mastermind is the collective concentration of minds upon a common objective. Napoleon Hill's life itself stands as a vivid example of unprecedented concentration. 2 decades dedicated to a single grand purpose, which ultimately transformed the lives of millions. Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple, though perhaps not a direct follower of Haanel, nevertheless demonstrated in his approach to innovation and design a profound understanding of the power of focused attention. In his celebrated commencement address at Stanford in 2005, Jobs recounted the story of how he dropped out of college but remained to audit calligraphy classes. At the time, this seemed an utterly useless pursuit. But 10 years later, when he was designing the first Macintosh, it was precisely these calligraphy lessons that provided him the inspiration for the beautiful fonts and typography that made the Mac unique. Jobs stated, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future." His ability to delve deeply into seemingly unrelated fields, from calligraphy to Eastern philosophy, and then concentrate on integrating this knowledge into his products, was a form of deep work. His legendary exacting standards for detail, his tireless pursuit of perfection in design and user experience, all these are manifestations of intense, focused concentration that enabled him to connect the dots like no other, and to create revolutionary, world-changing products. Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential media moguls and philanthropists in history, openly acknowledges the profound impact of the Master Key System on her life and career. She has repeatedly spoken of the book on her show, which led to its resurgence and a new surge in popularity. For Oprah, Haanel's principles confirmed her own intuitive belief in the power of thought, intention, and visualization. Her career is a testament to the power of concentrated vision and purpose. From humble beginnings to the creation of a global media empire, Oprah demonstrated unwavering focus on her mission to inspire, enlighten, and empower people. Her daily practices, including meditation and journaling, are forms of focused mental work that help her maintain clarity of purpose and amplify her intentions, which in turn manifests in her extraordinary achievements. These stories of great individuals, Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill, Steve Jobs, and Oprah Winfrey, are not mere anecdotes. They stand as powerful examples of how the principles espoused by Charles Haanel over a century ago continue to operate in modern life. They demonstrate that the distinction between an ordinary individual and a genius, between mediocrity and greatness, often lies not in innate abilities, but in the developed capacity to hold attention upon a single thought, a single goal, a single idea, until it manifests in reality. This corroborates the central idea of the 12th lesson. Concentration is not merely a desirable quality, but a fundamental force that shapes our reality, and its cultivation unlocks the doors to limitless potential. These stories of great individuals, Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill, Steve Jobs, and Oprah Winfrey, are not mere anecdotes. They stand as powerful examples of how the principles espoused by Charles Haanel over a century ago continue to operate in modern life. They demonstrate that the distinction between an ordinary individual and a genius, between mediocrity and greatness, often lies not in innate abilities but in the developed capacity to hold attention upon a single thought, a single goal, a single idea, until it manifests in reality. This corroborates the central idea of the 12th lesson. Concentration is not merely a desirable quality, but a fundamental force that shapes our reality, and its cultivation unlocks the doors to limitless potential. The capacity to focus the mind like a lens gathering scattered rays of light into a single piercing beam is the most potent instrument available to humanity. It permeates not only success stories, but also the profound strata of human psychology and spirituality, finding its reflection in both ancient teachings and cutting-edge scientific research. Carl Gustav Jung, the great Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, dedicated his life to studying the process of individuation, the becoming of a whole, integrated personality. This path, according to Jung, demands the deepest concentration on one's inner world, on the symbols and archetypes manifesting in dreams and active imagination. Individuation is not a distraction by external stimuli, but a focused journey into the depths of one's own subconscious mind, where the conscious and subconscious merge, leading to authentic self-realization. It is a process that cannot be traversed without constant, focused attention to inner signals. Abraham Maslow, one of the fathers of humanistic psychology, described what he termed peak experiences, moments of intense joy, wonder, awe, and profound absorption. In these moments, an individual is wholly concentrated on the present, loses all sense of time and self-awareness, and experiences a feeling of unity with the universe. These are states of maximal concentration which, according to Maslow, are the highest manifestations of human potential and contribute most significantly to a sense of meaning in life. Modern cognitive psychology, exemplified by Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman, distinguishes between two systems of thinking: System 1, fast, intuitive, automatic, and System 2, slow, deliberative, requiring effort and concentration. It is System 2 that is responsible for deep analysis, complex problem solving, learning, and strategic decision making. Ignoring or insufficiently developing the capacity for System 2 operation leads to superficial thinking and susceptibility to cognitive biases. Concentration is the training of System 2, its strengthening and expansion. Professor of psychology at the University of Chicago, Csikszentmihalyi, after more than 30 years of research, in his seminal book Flow, Tokens NAM, The Psychology of Optimal Experience, published in 1990, scientifically substantiated the concept of the flow state. He asserted that this state, characterized by complete absorption in an activity, intense focus, loss of self-awareness, and a distorted perception of time, arises only with full concentration. In a state of flow, an individual achieves maximum productivity, creativity, and simultaneously experiences profound happiness. This confirms that concentration is not merely a tool for achieving goals, but also a path to inner well-being. Cal Newport, a professor of computer science and author of the bestseller Deep Work: Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World, released in 2016, predicts that a fundamental division will occur in the modern economy, He asserts that those who are capable of deep work, that is, sustained, focused, continuous activity requiring complete concentration, will thrive, while others will be relegated to mediocrity. Newport emphasizes that the capacity for deep work is a skill that can and must be developed amidst the constant distractions of the digital age. Daniel Goleman, the renowned psychologist and author of Focus Tokens' Name the Hidden Driver of Excellence, published in 2013, has repeatedly emphasized in his research that many billionaires and successful leaders do not by chance spend meditative hours each morning. This is not merely a habit, but a conscious practice aimed at developing and maintaining the capacity for concentration, which forms the foundation for strategic decision-making, managing complex projects, and sustaining emotional equilibrium. Consider, for example, Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time. He is known for spending up to 5 hours daily reading in silence. This is not merely reading. It is a profound immersion in company reports, financial data, and analytical articles. His capacity for sustained, continuous concentration on details and fundamental business principles has enabled him to make decisions that have led to the creation of a colossal fortune. He does not permit himself to be distracted by short-term market fluctuations, but focuses on long-term value, which demands incredible mental discipline. In sports, we observe the same principles. Michael Jordan, whom many consider the greatest basketball player in history, was renowned for his ability to enter the zone, a state of complete absorption in the game, wherein he could block out all external distractions and execute actions with incredible precision and efficiency. His legendary concentration during the flu game in the NBA Finals, when severely ill he scored 38 points, stands as the most vivid testament to the power of the focused mind. Kobe Bryant, another basketball legend, termed his approach to life and the game the Mamba mentality. This is a philosophy of relentless pursuit of perfection, obsession with details, and absolute concentration. He studied his opponents down to the minutest nuances, trained with unprecedented intensity, and was always completely focused on his goal, to be the best. His capacity for deep work and concentration enabled him to overcome physical and mental barriers. In the business world, examples are likewise numerous. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, is known for his day-one mentality, a constant focus on innovation, customer centricity, and long-term perspective, without distraction by short-term profits. His capacity for deep immersion in problems and strategic thinking has enabled him to build one of the largest companies in the world. Elon Musk, visionary and founder of SpaceX and Tesla, demonstrates an extraordinary capacity for concentration, managing several revolutionary companies concurrently. His method of first principles thinking is a form of deep concentration, wherein he breaks problems down to their fundamental truths and builds solutions from the ground up, disregarding common assumptions. These modern narratives echo ancient teachings that have long recognized the power of concentration. In the yogic tradition of Patanjali, Dharana, the sixth limb of Ashtanga Yoga, is defined as concentration on a single point or object. It is a necessary step towards dhyana, meditation, and samadhi, complete absorption, leading to liberation. The Stoics, ancient Greek and Roman philosophers, practiced prosoche constant attention to one's thoughts, judgments, and actions, to live in harmony with reason and nature. The spiritual exercises of Ignatius of Loyola, founder of the Jesuit order, involved weeks of deep concentration on a single scene from the Gospels, employing imagination and reason for complete immersion in divine reality. Even the tragic story of Archimedes in Syracuse, who was so engrossed in his geometrical calculations that he failed to notice the Roman soldier who killed him, serves as an extreme yet vivid example of absolute concentration. All these examples, from ancient sages to modern geniuses, corroborate the universality and fundamentality of the principle of concentration. It is not merely a desirable quality but a potent force that, when developed, enables an individual to shape their reality and unleash their limitless potential. However, like any potent force, concentration can be misunderstood or misused, leading to undesirable consequences. It is crucial to recognize the potential pitfalls to avoid traps and apply this principle wisely. One common pitfall is naive positivism, or so-called magical thinking. Some individuals erroneously interpret the teachings on the power of thought, believing that it suffices merely to think positively or visualize success for it to materialize without any effort or action. This distorts the true message of Charles Haanel, who always emphasized that thought must be supported by action, and concentration is not a substitute for diligent work, but its amplifier and navigator. Without purposeful actions, even the strongest concentration on a desired outcome will remain but a dream. Another peril is the denial of reality. Excessive concentration on an idealized future or on one's desires can lead to ignoring current problems, obstacles, or negative feedback signals. This can manifest as a refusal to acknowledge one's errors, an unwillingness to adapt to changing circumstances, or a disregard for important warnings. Healthy concentration must be flexible, allowing an individual to perceive and process information about the current state of affairs in order to adjust their course. There is also the risk of toxic spirituality or spiritual bypassing. This occurs when individuals employ spiritual concepts such as manifestation or positive vibrations to circumvent confrontation with difficult emotions, personal responsibility, or systemic issues. Instead of working on themselves or addressing real challenges, they may passively await the universe to solve their problems, or condemn those who express negative emotions as not positive enough. True concentration, leading to growth, necessitates profound self-analysis and a willingness to confront one's own shadow. Finally, there is the danger of excessive concentration, leading to obsessive-compulsive states or burnout. While deep work is exceedingly important, a lack of balance, rest, and variety in activities can lead to mental exhaustion, rigidity of thought, and a loss of creativity. The human mind requires periods of defocalization to process information, generate new ideas, and recuperate. The boundary between focused dedication and unhealthy obsession can be fine, and it is important to discern it. The power of concentration thus is a neutral instrument. Its value and consequences are determined by the intention with which it is applied, and the wisdom with which an individual integrates it into their life. Charles Haanel, in his system, always emphasized that a thought imbued with love becomes invincible. This signifies that the true power of concentration is unveiled when it is directed towards creative, ethical, and benevolent objectives, both for the individual and for the surrounding world. Now, having recognized both the colossal potential and the possible pitfalls of concentration, it is time to proceed to practical steps. The 12th lesson of the Master Key system offers a simple yet potent exercise: 15 minutes of complete concentration on a single idea each day, without distractions. When the mind wanders, one must gently guide it back. This practice, performed for 30 days, is capable of physically altering the quality of your attention, literally thickening the prefrontal cortex of the brain thanks to neuroplasticity, the astonishing capacity of the brain to reorganize itself, forming new neural connections, as meticulously described by Dr. Norman Doidge in his book The Brain That Changes Itself, published in 2007. We propose several specific techniques that you may employ over the next 30 days to cultivate your capacity for concentration. Select one or two that resonate most deeply with you, and dedicate yourself to them. Technique 1. Silent meditation. Mindful breathing. What to do? Find a quiet place, sit in a comfortable posture, close your eyes. Focus all your attention on the process of breathing. Feel the air entering and leaving your body, the movement of your abdomen or chest, the coolness on the inhale and the warmth on the exhale. Your mind will inevitably be distracted by thoughts, sounds, sensations. As soon as you notice your mind has wandered, gently, without judgment, return your attention to your breath. This is not a battle against thoughts, but a training of returning focus. How many minutes per day? Begin with 5 minutes daily during the first week, then increase to 10 minutes in the second week and to 15 minutes in the third and fourth weeks. On which day to begin feeling the effect? The first few days may be chaotic. The mind will resist. By the end of the first week, you may experience brief moments of tranquility and clarity. By the end of the second week, you will observe that your mind becomes less reactive, and your capacity to return focus improves. After 30 days, you will perceive a noticeable alteration in your fundamental capacity for attention, as well as an increase in inner peace and a reduction in stress. Technique 2. Focused visualization. What to do? Select one clear, positive goal or idea that you wish to manifest in your life. This may be anything: improved health, professional success, the development of a specific character trait. Daily, at the same time, dedicate yourself to visualizing this goal. Close your eyes and imagine that you have already achieved it. Perceive all the details, what you see, hear, feel, perhaps even the sense. Experience the emotions associated with this achievement: joy, satisfaction, confidence. Render this mental picture as vivid and real as possible. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. How many minutes per day? 10 minutes daily. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. On which day to begin feeling the effect? By the end of the first week, your mental picture will become significantly clearer and more vivid. Within 2 weeks, you will begin to experience a profound inner conviction in the possibility of achieving your goal, and your subconscious mind will start seeking pathways and opportunities for its realization. After 30 days, you will observe a deep alignment of your actions with your vision, as well as significantly increased motivation. Asterisk, asterisk, Technique 3. Affirmation with feeling. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. What to do? Choose one potent affirmation that reflects your desired state or belief. For example, I am one with omnipotence, or my mind is a channel for limitless possibilities. Repeat it silently or aloud, but most importantly, concentrate on the asterisk feeling asterisk it evokes. Avoid mechanical repetition. Feel the truth of each word, its vibration and power. Allow this feeling to permeate your entire being. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. How many minutes per day? From 5 to 10 minutes daily. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. On which day to begin feeling the effect? In the initial days, you may experience skepticism. By the end of the first week, you will begin to feel curiosity and a slight shift in your inner dialogue. Within 2 weeks, you will observe that your self-perception is changing and your self-confidence is growing. After 30 days, this affirmation will be deeply integrated into your subconscious mind, and you will experience a genuine sense of inner power and empowerment. Asterisk, asterisk, Technique 4. Journaling for clarity. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. What to do? Designate a specific time for free writing in a journal. Select one particular problem, idea, question, or emotion that occupies your mind. Begin writing about it without pause, without editing, and without judgment. Explore all its facets, consequences, potential solutions, and your feelings concerning it. The aim is not to create a masterpiece, but to use the act of writing as a tool for focusing and clarifying thought. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. How many minutes per day? 15 minutes daily. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. On which day to begin feeling the effect? For the first few days, your thoughts may be fragmented. By the end of the first week, you will begin to notice recurring patterns, new perspectives, and ideas. Within 2 weeks, you will experience a significant increase in self-awareness and an improved capacity for problem solving. After 30 days, you will achieve greater clarity regarding yourself and your situations, leading to more conscious decision-making. Asterisk, Technique 5. Concentration on gratitude. Asterisk, 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 what to do? Daily, select one specific thing for which you are deeply grateful. This may be something grand or small. Do not merely list it, but feel the gratitude. Immerse yourself in this feeling. Explore why you are grateful, what positive impact it has on your life, what sensations it evokes. Then expand your focus to 3 specific things, experiencing profound gratitude for each of them. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. How many minutes per day? From 5 to 10 minutes daily. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. On which day to begin feeling the effect? By the end of the first week, you will observe a shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. Within 2 weeks, you will experience an increase in positive emotions, a reduction in stress levels, and a deeper connection to the world around you. After 30 days, you will acquire a more optimistic outlook on life, enhanced resilience to difficulties, and a profound sense of appreciation for all that you possess. Asterisk, asterisk, Technique 6. Mental rehearsal. For performance. Asterisk, 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 what to do? Select a specific task or interaction that you are about to perform and in which you wish to excel. For example, an important presentation, a difficult conversation, a sporting competition. Daily, conduct a mental rehearsal of this event. Visualize yourself executing the task step by step, flawlessly. Imagine how you handle any potential difficulties, maintain composure, confidence, and achieve the desired outcome. Render this mental rehearsal as realistic as possible, engaging all your senses. Asterisk, 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 how many minutes per day? From 10 to 15 minutes daily. Asterisk on which day to begin feeling the effect. By the end of the first week, you will experience a significant reduction in anxiety and an increase in confidence regarding the upcoming event. Within 2 weeks, you will observe an improvement in your actual performance and better preparedness. After 30 days, you will witness a noticeable enhancement in task execution and the maintenance of self-possession in real-world situations. Asterisk, asterisk, Technique 7, Single Tasking. Deep work block, asterisk, 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 what to do. Select one important task requiring significant mental concentration. Eliminate all possible distractions. Turn off phone notifications. Close unnecessary browser tabs, if possible. Find a quiet place. Work asterisk only asterisk on this task for the allotted time. If your mind begins to wander, gently but persistently guide it back to the current task. Asterisk, 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 how many minutes per day? Begin with 30 minutes daily, gradually increasing to 60 or even 90 minutes as your capacity for concentration develops. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. On which day to begin feeling the effect? The first few days may be a struggle with distractions, but you will observe that you begin to make progress on key tasks. By the end of the second week, you will experience a noticeable increase in your productivity and the quality of your work. After 30 days, you will significantly enhance your capacity for deep work, be able to enter a state of flow more readily, and experience a profound sense of satisfaction from completed tasks. These practices are not merely exercises for the mind, they are a pathway to the restructuring of your inner reality. Remember that consistency is more vital than intensity. Each day, by dedicating time to these exercises, you not only train your mind but also physically rewire your brain, unlocking access to resources of which you may have been entirely unaware. Concentration is the key to manifesting your inner potential, a bridge between thought and reality. It is the capacity to gather the scattered energies of your mind into a singular directed current, capable of shaping your world. As Charles Haanel declared, a thought imbued with love becomes invincible, and this thought, focused and directed, becomes the most potent force in the universe. In subsequent lessons, we shall continue our immersion into the Master Key system, exploring how this developed capacity for concentration can be directed towards specific objectives, how it interacts with the principles of attraction, and how we may employ it to create a life replete with meaning and abundance. Envision your mind as a lens capable of focusing the scattered light of the universe into a single potent beam. This beam, when directed with intention and love, is capable of illuminating your path, burning through obstacles, and manifesting your boldest dreams into reality. It is in this focused clarity that resides your true power, your capacity to create, and your connection to the infinite mind that permeates all existence.